You either gonna be in a relationship or you're gonna stand on business.
First of all, sis, I'm gonna do both, okay? I'm gonna be in a relationship and I'm gonna stand on business because I understand first that the relationship with myself is my priority, okay? I think that a lot of women have this misconception that in order to be in a relationship, you gotta settle. You gotta be unequally yoked. You gotta reduce your needs, your desires, your wants, and you gotta compromise. Compromise for what? Compromise for what reason?
Well, the reason is simple. You have to compromise because you have no choice. Especially when you don't have the looks equivalency to what men actually go for. You're not attractive enough, and if you're a certain age. So one way or another, women, when you're outside of your peak, you're gonna have to settle whether you like it or not. You happen to be on this boat, the boat of not settling, and while you're breathing up all the air in the room with those gigantic nostrils. But this is just dog crap advice that typical modern women give to other women.
To compromise? What is compromise? You have to understand that having that relationship with yourself first is going to be the catalyst to all your other relationships. And as long as you don't have a relationship with yourself, as long as you don't stand on business when it comes to your relationship with you, you will not stand on business in a relationship with somebody else. You as an individual matters more than you joining up as a collective and still not having your individuality. You see what I'm saying? But when you set your boundaries while you're dating, when you set your boundaries on your self-love, how you talk to yourself, how you treat yourself, how you love yourself, the way you think of yourself, you will ensure that you will not attract people who do not align with your belief system. The reason you attract people who can't raise up to the occasion of loving you is because you have not raised up to the occasion of loving you. The reason you can't stand on business in a relationship is because you're not standing on business with the relationship you have with yourself. That's important. Because when I set my boundaries with me and I say, hey, Kai, I'm not doing this anymore. I want to talk to myself nicely. I want to spoil myself. I want to love myself. I want to not spend time in rooms and in environments where people cannot celebrate and take me seriously. That's what I'm doing for me long before a man shows up in my life, so that when he shows up, he has to mind.
Shut the f up. The narcissistic and solipsistic attitude at this point is just over 9,000. It's off the chart. The fact that women like this can't find a man, whether it be yoked or unequally yoked, they can't even get a guy to slide on them, is absolutely crazy. It's astounding. Just the amount of just like full of herself that she's become, and how she talks about herself and saying how she has to be right with herself and everything got to be working for her in her favor. She's only thinking about herself. She's thinking that the man is going to come in and she's going to be the man and he's going to have or play second fiddle to her. And that's not going to happen. So she might as well just be talking to herself and dealing with herself and loving herself. All of this self-centered garbage. You know what I'm saying? So you got to understand too, there's going to be a rise. There's already a rise now in women that are going into homelessness. And I won't be surprised in about 10 to 15 years, you see her pushing a cart, talking to herself with a parrot on her shoulder in downtown Atlanta. I would not be surprised. But this is absolutely ridiculous listening to women talk, because if you let them talk, they give dog shit advice. They say a bunch of bull crap that doesn't do anything but make them look less and less desirable at their big age, and makes them look ridiculous while she continues to breathe up all the air in that little small space that she is in right now.
I do not wish to be unequally yoked with nobody. I mean no business partners, no friendships, no family, and no husband and no boyfriend. I don't wish to be unequally yoked. And this is how I stand on business.
3 levels of leftover women in Chinese. Level 1, 剩女 means leftover woman over 30, not married. Level 2, 圣斗士 means leftover warrior over 35, not married. Level 3, 必胜客 means unescapable leftover woman over 40, not married.
The minute that you make your relationship with the other person bigger than your relationship you have with yourself, that's the minute you stop standing on business. That's the minute you start idolizing the relationship and not taking yourself as a priority. And that's why you feel like you can only either be in a relationship or you can stand on business and be by yourself. You can actually do both.
Yeah, this woman is clearly full of herself, and no, you can't do both, man, because a man is not going to accept that. Unless you're trying to get with some beta male simp guy that you don't really like, you can run all over. Yeah, you can do that to him, but a true strong masculine man, because this girl's fronting. The thing is, she can't get the relationship, but a true masculine man, as I was saying, if he's going to come into the picture, which is what you really want, he's not going for that. All of this crap you're talking right now, you're talking because you're single, you're hurt, and nobody is sliding in your DMs. Nobody finds you attractive, and nobody wants to put you in a relationship. Women that act like this, talk like this, that are just completely full of themselves, they start, singing this tune when people don't pay them any attention and they want attention. So she's looking for validation, attention from somebody, even if it's the same sex, even if it's the sisterhood. That's how sad these type of women are. Like, it's ridiculous listening to this garbage. Like, it's making my stomach turn, but I'm doing this for you guys and, what's going on with modern women in this dating market. It's horrendous.
But first, you got to establish a good relationship with yourself.
Yes, if you're trying to be alone, single, by yourself, of course, you can love yourself, have a relationship with yourself. A man's not going to come into that picture. You're never going to get one. And if you're of a certain age, just like the Asian woman said, if you're a Xing Nu and you're over 30 years old or 35 or 40, it's pretty much a high probability that you're never going to get the type of man that you want, or of any type of man. You can get a dude, that's going to slide on you, some like low value guy who's making way less than what you want, way less, or out of your league or out of your standards. Even he is going to get sick of you. Even he's going to try to find some other cat on the side. That's just how this goes. But for what you're actually looking for, Kevin, just go ahead. RIP, man. Kevin Samuels, he would have said it best. This is exactly what you could just look forward to if you were trying to have a relationship with yourself.
You guys buy a dog and die alone.
First of all, y'all not be talking about my culture.
I think the problem was between black men, passport bros, and black women. And it was the passport bros that were disrespecting black women, and then black women just responded.
Cap. Okay, now let's stop the cap, man. Let's cut it out, man, because y'all been getting away with murder for a long time. And the thing is, you guys been talking about dudes, especially black men, for the longest. Now the guys responded. They didn't really say anything about black women. They just went out there, they shot their videos, they did their thing, and black women responded. And then you had other women from other cultures responding. And then you made it about the black man, because you don't want to respond to those people. That's the thing. You don't want to go at the women that are overseas, because those women that are overseas, they'll set you straight. They're actually whooping y'all asses in the race when it comes to getting relationships right now. Guys getting passports, those women are getting married and in relationships at a higher rate. They're making men more satisfied, and they're getting satisfied themselves. You guys are still over here making these silly old videos. You guys are trying to figure out who to point the finger at, while guys are flying out, dealing with bad bitches, and, having fun, having the times of their lives. So, I don't even want to hear none of this stuff. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I think it was the passport bro said something about black women, and black women came on the scene and they just responded. Just sounding dumb. Like that's stupid, man. And even if that did happen, you guys been getting away with saying stuff about black men and passport bros once you found out what they were for the longest time. And then dudes just responded to you. It's not that you responded to them. You said something about their movement. You guys don't have a movement. Your movement is staying in the United States, being single with plants, cats, and dogs, using vibrators, and running off men and losing your value. The passport bros movement is to be able to date, get their money right, get the game up, get in shape, understand female nature and their own nature, and travel the world. Go abroad, date over there, marry over there. So it's a movement going on. So it doesn't have anything to do with this. It's absolute nonsense.
It had nothing to do with the Thai and Filipino women. It has nothing to do with whoever they go and see and have relations with. That's not an issue about where they're going. It was the fact that they felt the need to disrespect black women. Now, one thing about us black women, we know about the struggle.
It's not my fault.
You know, we might not all participate in the struggle, but we know about the struggle. So that's why we do not interfere when you come over and you set up your massage parlors and you sell that thing. We are not trying to interfere with that. I think that you guys think that we're trying to stop your money. By all means, get that $20.
Yeah, the struggle of not being able to date and get and retain a black man or retain a man whatsoever. Yeah, y'all all know about that struggle. Women like you, not all women, but most women that are having your issue. Most women that have an issue with the passport bros and women overseas. And you do make it about them. You see how she tried to be slick with it and then at the end talk about, oh, well, you set up your little parlors to sell that thing. Well, if you want to talk about women going and selling that thing, what's better? Them selling it, having a business opened up because they understand the femininity and the issues here in the West when they set up those parlors, so they give that service off to certain men, or a woman like you that just gave it up for free, that just gone around, got ran through, got your oxytocin completely taken out of you. You can't pair bond any longer, so all you do is sit around and make videos, hoping and wishing back in your subconscious that somebody will take you serious. But yeah, you want to talk about those women and you want to slickly put them towards the end of it and say, oh, it wasn't about you. You see how conniving these type of women can be, these modern women, these future cat ladies, these future homeless women. It's absolutely ridiculous how they sound, how they talk, and you could just catch them because they just continue to talk. And if you let a woman talk, then what? They will tell on themselves. It never fails, guys. It never fails. But let's continue to listen to this debacle.
We are not trying to stop your money. Sell it, because we know you're going to sell it. Nothing is going to stop you from selling that thing. So, we are not trying to stop you from making your money.
Okay, that was a funny joke. That was kind of funny. You talk about the parlors and setting up parlors, but that's not actually happening. The thing is, the women that men are dating, the passport bros, they don't live in America. They're not setting up parlors out here. They actually live in homes out overseas in other countries. So you're talking about the wrong women. But the thing is, maybe you thought that you had in your subconscious mind enough brain power to create a parlor and it didn't work. Because nobody really wants to pay you $20 to look at your mug and listen to your sob stories for long. And nobody wants to look at a chick that has a Dennis Rodman haircut. Yeah, you may have a little bit of a body, you got a little chest there, but the thing is, once we move the camera back, do you look like Big Shirley? That's the question. Do you look like Nikki Parker? And 9 times out of 10, looking at the facial structure and the symmetry, 9 times out of 10, you're overweight, and it's the truth. You're probably 50 pounds overweight or 60 pounds overweight, and men don't find you desirable. And that's the problem with a lot of these modern women. They're so bitter, they're so angry, they're so negative. They try to make and crack these silly old jokes talking about parlors and we don't want to take your $20. Well, men don't even want to stare at you for $20. Men don't even hit you up in the DMs. And that's the thing. You may talk about modern women, passport bros and the women that they deal with overseas. You may talk about those foreign women, but those foreign women are kicking your ass in something that you can't even get in your own country. Guys that you can't even get that are down the street from you, that are miles away from you, and that is the men. And of course they're going to say, oh no, not those men. The men that are going over there are dusties. Not those men. I'm not interested in those guys. But deep down inside, not even those dudes want to deal with you. Not even those dudes want to deal with your sob story or want to hear you speak. They just want to practice on you, skeet all over your face, back and chest, and they want to get ghost. If they can put a bag over your head and they can not hear you speak and they can just put earplugs in and do their thing, they will probably do that. But the difference is you're cracking jokes, making jokes about a parlor, making jokes about that. Those women are overseas right now and they're beating your ass at your own game. And that's getting men to find you attractive and taking you serious and giving you commitment. You can't get that. So what are you doing right now? You're in a Section 8 home right now with your Jada Pinkett Smith almost alopecia hairstyle, the Dennis Rodman hair coloring, and you're looking ridiculous because we know if you back that camera up, do you look like Medea? Do you look like Oprah Winfrey? Do you look ridiculous? That is going to be the question. But looking at facial symmetry, as I said before, we already know what it is. That's why the camera's so close. That's why she's only showing her chest. Because the women that are your competition directly, because a lot of black women are not used to having competition, or they don't want to think of competition. So they say, I'm not competing with each other. Those women are killing you in facial symmetry, in hair, natural hair, in bodies, in looks. They're killing you. Their personalities are killing you. So all you can do is roast and talk about Thai massage places for $20, which they aren't $20 out here in America. But that's besides the point. This is why they say female comedians or women who make jokes are not funny. They just aren't. They crack jokes, and then the joke has nothing to do with what the hell's going on. She's talking about something completely different aside from the actual supposed problem most women are having, modern women, which is the passport bros and women of foreign, entities and overseas. So guys, keep on getting your passport. Keep on making these hippopotamuses and these hyenas upset, because it's hilarious. And I just love commenting on it. So guys, use those passports, continue to make the move, continue to make these videos, because the response videos from these women are hilarious, because every time they make these videos, they just prove our point. They just prove, and they never have a guy in the background. There's never a man in their house. They're never in a relationship. They're always hitting the wall, smashing dead onto it, have nowhere to turn, lost all of their sexual market value, and they're just scrounging up guys trying to find somebody to take them serious. And they say, I got all these options. No, you got a bunch of D options. You got a bunch of dudes that will railroad you for about 20 minutes and then never say anything to you if you get into a car accident. Oh, that's too bad. And not care about you. So of course, those women are killing you in all categories, and the passport bros are just going to keep growing. So guys, that's the end of the video. This was absolutely hilarious. Listen to her completely change the subject and talk about women that aren't even in the equation whatsoever, because we're talking about foreign women and not women that come here and set up shop. Like, what is she talking about? And keep getting your passport, man. Sub to the channel, like the video. I've been doing really well these past few videos. You guys have really been showing love, especially the one I just posted today on Wednesday the 20th. I'm going to keep on putting these videos out. I have another one coming out tomorrow. Passport bros up, mastodons, sea monsters, and hippos down. You already know what it is. And I'll see you guys all in the next video. Get your passport, because women like this, somebody got to tell them off, man, because this is the modern day. This is the decade of the man ever since 2020. Rest in peace, Kevin Samuels. I'm going to see you guys all in the next one. Peace.